Hi, this is Lee from Versus Me, and you're listening to Backstage Pass.
Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is Backstage Pass. Tonight we're at Mr. Small's Theater with Versus Me. Introduce yourself.
Hello, this is Lee Milbrandt, and I'm the bass player for Versus Me.
Okay, Lee, what inspired you to get into music?
I would say to be able to write our own music and play venues and shows that people would sing it back to you, and you kind of made some like mark across to, you know, the touring world, whatever that means, you know. But yeah, to go there and have people know your music, or to hear it on the radio and be excited about it, just like you see in the movies, or, you know, something like that. So,
was there like a certain song or a band or a bass player that got you involved in playing?
As far as the band or myself personally, well, I mean, maybe as cheesy as that sounds, my dad had played back in when he was in the service back in the Vietnam times, and he was in the Navy, and he played on the ship and stuff. So listening to those stories and like playing for almost other countries and places he traveled to, I thought that would always be something. Like, I would always hear the music that he would play and he was into, and I think today, even hearing those songs, like, oh, that'd be cool to have played somewhere or to have traveled and had somebody else hear our music. And so that's, you know, in that way, that's kind of inspiring to be able to like do something like that, and to still be able to, for myself, I also am an athlete as well, but you can only go so long sometimes with performing that way, and for me, playing music is almost an endless time frame on that. So I think being able to play and extend my years of you know, athletics, or, you know, this kind of thing, it's something it's inspired me to keep in shape and to keep it going too. So,
is there any musical influences that you knew when you were growing up, and what age did you start playing bass?
Well, as a kid, I always had guitars around, so I remember being at 5 and always wanting to be a rock star. And then as kids, you don't know what that is. You're just like, oh, I just want to play the guitar and just get down. That's kind of what I always was the word or phrase I always used. But I tried at different ages again. I didn't quite, you know, catch on because I didn't have anything necessarily that inspired me, as well as like friends that wanted to just do a band, but I needed, you know, the music that actually kind of like grabbed my attention, you know. And I used to be a big Ozzy fan, and I'd go to Oz Fests from the early or mid 90s there until, you know, 2006, something like that. So quite a few years in a row. And yeah, that going to that kind of like, you know, concert, just, you know, hearing music that wasn't as familiar in our area of like Wisconsin, that made me like, you know, feel something I've never felt before in music, especially on the heavier side of stuff, which we play now. So
now you're in a band with your brother. How did the rest of the band come together?
My brother and I, we were in a band before called Syriana, and we ended up parting our ways. And in that mix, Dustin, who was our guitar player now, had to put a comment on one of the pages that when we had kind of our farewell goodbye, and we kind of like was interested in what he had said in the post. And I can't exactly remember what he said, but like for some reason, I think they said something about checking out his music. So we're like, well, let's check out this guy's music randomly in this farewell post, and all of a sudden we heard that, and like, oh my God, that's kind of the direction we wanted our continuation from our band to go. And it's like that was just everything about that was like, let's just see what this guy, who he is, where he's from, and ended up contacting him. He ended up being from Rockford, which we're from southern Wisconsin. Ended up being like a 45-minute drive away. We met up with him, and that's kind of how we started finding of Dustin. And JJ, our drummer, his band was a band in the Milwaukee-ish area that was I don't want to say inspired by us, but like, they also were kind of like, hey, we want to do this too. We had some kind of mutual friends that were like, let's play some shows together. And we ended up playing shows with his band. And I think just down the road, like, I think everybody in his band kind of found other things that they were doing, or kind of like getting them into different directions. And we just kind of hit up JJ and asked him if he was interested in playing, with us. And that's kind of how it started. So that was 2017 at the Sonic Boom in Wisconsin at our airport. So their first show was quite a good show at it was a big festival. So it was pretty fun for both of them. We were excited to have them enjoy, things that we were, all working towards. So, yeah.
Okay. How did you come up with the name for the band?
Oh, that's probably going back exactly. I mean, I'm trying to think exactly how, pinpoint it, but I believe how we, it was kind of like that. The versus me is the thing that holds you back is yourself, and maybe that's self-explanatory from the name, but you can do anything you want to, but it's you that keep yourself, held down, and if you put your mind towards something, you can accomplish it, and that's what versus me.
Your favorite song to play live from your set list?
Right now, there's some songs that we don't play, or we had it before that. Those were kind of my favorite. I think Obsolete was one of those, but we never got a chance to play it out too much. But I think when you play songs, you kind of just know what's a good live song. And I think right now for us, I think we have a pretty mutual agreement that Blackout's a pretty fun song to play. It's a modern version of what we were trying to go for, and hopefully we kind of hone in on that kind of sound going forward. But yeah, Blackout is our song.
Any surprises in your set list for tonight?
Let's see, tonight. Well, we just got done playing a couple of headlining shows, and we played some songs we brought out of retirement for like the last year and a half that we hadn't played. Even one of our original songs, Attention. But tonight, I don't know if anything's necessarily special, but all of them are probably our biggest, 5 to 6 hitters that are, going to make the live show to me that much more exciting and fun. So action-packed, basically.
How's the tour going so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, having our first tour bus, and something you say you always have dreamt to have gotten to a point where you can do that or afford that. Not necessarily being able to afford that, but we're going to try at the same time as well. We had an opportunity with these guys to do that, and we feel very thankful to them for bringing us out, and being able to do a mutual agreement on a bus, and that's been a huge experience in itself. These guys, the Smash Into Pieces guys, have been amazing to work with, and it's only been even a couple of days, but very thorough throughout emails and everything they do, and it's cool to see not only them being so organized, but to also be pretty humble in general, coming here to the United States and headlining and treating us very well and respectful. So thank you to those guys as well.
what's your plans for this year? More touring, some festivals, or release some new music? What do you guys got going on?
Right now we have a handful of songs in the works. We have for sure one or two that are very far along, and that's the songs I think we'll probably be releasing when we get back from tour after we kind of just finish the last little tweaks on them. Other than that, just kind of getting some other songs ready, and if some touring or shows come up, we will take them for sure. But right now, definitely focusing on releasing some of these two new songs. So.
Where can we get a hold of you?
Social media wise, I would say everything is it's VSME Band, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, probably our three main ones. Otherwise, Spotify, Apple Music, all the other ones that are out there, the Pandoras, we're all on all those as well. But Versus Me and VSME Band, you should be able to find us on all of our handles. So.
Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you very much for having us, or having me at least for now, and we look forward to this year, and we're waiting for everybody to hear some of these new songs. I think they're going to be kind of surprised, the new direction of Versus Me. So, thank you very much.
No one wants to be left in the dark as everything around us falls apart. Like picking up the pieces. You bear